This is not just another broadcast. This is Frozen Apex TV, where racing is treated like the elite competition it is, where preparation meets pressure, and where nothing that matters goes unseen. We understand the sport because we understand the drivers, the commitment it takes to be here, the discipline behind every lap, the difference between sending it hard and sending it home. That's why we don't just follow the race, we break it down, corner by corner, battle by battle, from every angle that tells the real story on the track. While others catch the moment, we capture the meaning behind it. The dive bombs that change championships, the defensive lines that define careers, the split-second decisions made at 200 miles an hour. This is coverage built for leagues that demand credibility, for drivers who expect professionalism, and for competition that deserves respect. No missed action, no wasted shots, just pure, uninterrupted racing, delivered with precision. Freeze the moment, own the apex. Welcome to Frozen Apex TV.
Alrighty, welcome everyone. This is Frozen Apex TV. We are out here at Watkins Glen. I am your host tonight, Kester Grant, aka Metal. Unfortunately, our co-host and our primary broadcaster, Fred, is unavailable at the moment. There was a little bit of an altercation. As I promised you guys, 8:15, we're going to be going live. Green flag at 5:20, 5:25. And unfortunately, there's been a little bit of a setback. And let me set the story, let me set the scene for you guys, okay? Everyone came out here, everyone got onto the track, everyone started to warm up, get some heat in the tires, start figuring out the corners and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, it was a group of protesters. The biggest group of protesters I've ever seen. And they came down onto the track, and it caused us to red flag. We had to stop the practice. And this protester group, who were they protesting? What were they protesting? EV motorsports. Electric vehicle motorsports. Which is ridiculous, because nothing in this league is electric vehicle, right? Fred could not stand that, all right? I wish you guys could have been here. I wish you could have seen his bravery. He went down and he said, "Not on my watch." And he walked out of this booth, went down to that track, and confronted all of those protesters. In the meantime, he did take one across the jaw. He busted his tooth out. He's not going to be able to broadcast tonight. He's got to get some work done on his teeth. But because of his heroics and his busted tooth, we were able to get this to continue. And now we're back up. We're running a little behind, about 30 minutes. But don't worry, there's going to be plenty of action here at Watkins Glen in upstate New York. I hope you guys are ready to go. I'm ready to go. And let's get down to that track, right? So we're going to be watching a little bit of the competitors are going to be practicing. So you're going to see a lot of mistakes. Don't hold this on the drivers at all. The drivers are going to be trying to warm it up, figuring out their lines. They're not going to pull out all of their showstoppers yet. So, and as you can see, a little bit of rain is starting to show up here. So that's definitely going to make things interesting for this race. And I hope you guys can hear me well. I did that whole intro. I haven't tested my audio yet, so hopefully we're all good to go. No, we did. We got Fred who came back, right? And Fred's putting it in there. And I'm telling you what, guys. The man, the true, the hero, the legend, Fred Truax. Guys, you need to pay him some respects and everything like that. So I'm gonna man up the booth up here today, which is nice. I'm all locked away in this nice comfy box. I don't have to worry about my boss saying anything or anything like that. I could be as free as I want tonight. I hope you guys are ready, because these guys are also looking free, looking fast, looking dangerous. And there's a little bit of water on the track. These guys don't even care. Doesn't matter. Rain, snow, sleet, ice, does not matter. These guys are going to race. They're going to put on something for you. So just sit back. Let's watch a little bit of practicing, and it's going to be a great time. How are you guys doing tonight? Who are you rooting for? Who do we think is going to win tonight? Yeah. Hey, Brenna. Apex TV, Frozen Apex TV. It's no longer a thing. Sorry, we got sanctioned. I don't know what to tell you. We're going for Cody. All right, we got a Cody fan up in here. Buzzsaw, give me the Buzzsaw. Oh man, what a wonderful nickname. I'm still relatively new to this series. I'm looking at my paperwork here. I don't know who Buzzsaw is, but man, he sounds wicked. Would you say he's a cut of the rest? Nah, Buzzsaw on top, my God. Blake Bozell? Okay, alright. Blake Bozell is the Buzzsaw. It's nice to have you guys in here and telling me these things, because I wouldn't have known. If I if I had to guess who Buzzsaw was, I'd be like, looking at these names, I'd be like, I think Shane Har sounds like a Buzzsaw. Maybe it's Shane Buzzsaw Har. You know? Not to be confused with Luke. So, like I said, as we're watching them practicing. You're gonna see lots of mistakes. Like I said, don't hold it on the owner. Don't hold it on these drivers. They're still trying to figure out the track. And but we're gonna see some fantastic racing, especially if there's gonna be rain. Rain's gonna be amazing for these cars. Big fan of Josh Howard and Harvey Horspool. Of course, David Poland. You know, we got to give him a little recognition, you know. Think we can get a Buzzsaw interview, huh? Oh, pre-race interview. Ooh. I have to look through my notes. I got to grab the rules and regulations and stuff like that. Maybe. Nothing definitively says I can't. Nothing definitively says that I can. Going through here. Looks like some sweat and blood from Fred. Man, he poured a lot of heart and soul into these notes. I wish you guys could see these notes. These notes are amazing. Yep. Jeff, interim, no longer. We don't need to talk about that. Give me a Buzzsaw interview. You got a lot of money on him. Well, does he know that? maybe he's betting in the opposite, you know? Do you ever think about that? Like, you got a lot of money on him to win. He's doing the negative where he's like, hey, if I throw this race on Lake, I'll make a lot of money. Pull him into the booth. Yeah. I'm taking a look here, trying to see. Let me see if I can radio down to him. So give me 1 second. Alrighty, so taking a look at it, and I've been trying to radio in, and he's not answering the call. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to bring in what looks like Buzzsaw. Looks like I can't bring him in. I'd give you guys the interview, but he's just not attainable at the moment. We're gonna go focus on another driver. We're gonna look at Bozell. I believe this is the buzzsaw that everyone is talking about. Man, there's a lot of buzzing going around here. The fans here at the track wanting to talk about Bozell. So let's watch Bozell for a little bit. Maybe he was at the protest. You know, maybe. Rocking around in that Lambo, that 444, trying to figure out his lines and stuff. Maybe possibly a strategy, and maybe try to figure out how he's gonna play the game here, put on a show for you folks at home. And there you guys go. There you go, the foam, folks. Up on the tires. I hope you're proud. We're going to watch someone else while they're practicing. Let's go look at Nolan Gross. Nolan Gross hanging out in that vet. Taking these corners nice and tight. Oh, sorry. My non-brain believed it was Viet Cong. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the Viet Cong's all messed up, you know? No, it's all good. Yeah. It's all of us, what do you want to call us? Millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Gen Bravo babies. We all speak in tongue and alien languages and stuff like that, so I get it. Excuse the stutter there for a second. Nolan's coming in, possibly doing a fuel check to see how he's doing. We're gonna come on board with Bradley Hill for the moment being. But no, I would have given you guys an interview with Buzzell, but unfortunately, he's not showing up in the. He's not showing up in the what you call it, in the VC. He's not there. I don't know where he is. Where we are with our league owner, David McCullough, as he is starting to warm up. We're almost done with practice, folks. We've only got about another 8 minutes left before we get into qualification. We're going to see how this grid is going to play out. Right on board with Dylan Harris. Dylan Harris is making his way through. Does James Pierce go for 3 for 3? That is a very interesting question. So far, he is putting down a good time, but if I remember correctly, when we interviewed him last week, he said that he was not a fan out here at Watkins Glen. So it might be having, it might struggle a little bit. I mean, his times aren't showing that, but you know, you never know. He might be a little slower today. He might be a little bit quicker. Who knows? Only one way to find out is to sit here and watch. Yeah, very well, possibly. Blake may take it all. The buzzsaw may do it. Paulie Market has Blake trading at 53%. Yes, that is true. Pierce may say he not like it, but he is still quick. That's what I was saying. Like what his numbers are putting up right now, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So. I'm trying to figure out some of the stuttering. Just trying to make it a little bit smoother for you guys. He does have teammates, individuals that we'll all have to keep an eye on for. So we got less than 2 minutes left here of practice before they get ready to go into qualification. right, as we are finishing up with practice up here, we're going to go hang out up in the blimp as we let things cool down on the track as the drivers are getting into their team VCs at the moment and getting ready to go qualify out here after the qualification. May have a quick team meeting, and then we'll get to some racing. There we are, finished with practice. We will be getting ready to go to qualification here soon. So go ahead, place your bets. Who do you think's gonna take it tonight? As we let the field, we're going to stay up here for a little bit as we let the field qualify. We don't want to put any extra pressure on them, while they're doing their qualification. They're going to have 10 minutes to put down the best lap of the night to hopefully get that pole position. Because when you're out front, you're going to do a lot better than when you're hanging out in the rear. Sometimes some people like to hang out in the rear. They get a little bit, let people have a chance to, get those jitters out of their system and maybe pick up a couple of positions. Really, the spot that you don't want to be is mid-pack. Mid-pack is not really the place that you want to hang out when you're at a race like this. Watkins Glen, not that much of a technical course. However, there is a lot of downhill, uphill. There are turns, especially if rain's going to be playing a part. You got to be really careful and try to maintain traction that whole time. They are running the full boot. They have the boot, toe, and heel today. Go Robbie Brogan, of course. All bets are on Robbie Brogan. He is a favorite with the fans out there, and hopefully he puts down a pretty good time. Be interested to see how Robbie Brogan handles it tonight. So far, everyone's doing fairly decent. Everyone is keeping it on the track for the most part. Looks like the rain may have gone away for a little bit, but don't count out the rain. This is upstate New York, where the weather can change in an instant. There's these massive bodies of water called Great Lakes that are nearby, and man, do they like to play on the weather. I'm not even from upstate New York, and I can tell you, those lakes, they mess with the weather out here. What are they going to do to the cars out here? Might make them a little slow. Might make them a little bit fast. Who knows? Only way to find out is you stay tuned here, watch, as we are going to be doing an hour here at Watkins Glen. Already people starting to form up that poll, and we're going to see what some times that people are putting down and what we can see. We got the buzzsaw up there right now, holding second on the poll currently. Unfortunately, please reach out to me if I do this. Well, actually, don't reach out to me at all. Reach out to Fred. Fred is the person you want to reach out to, okay? All right. Okay, good. Now that's all cleared up. I'm probably going to mispronounce some names. Fred knows all the drivers here. He knows all the names. He's really good at correcting me on the fly. Since he's not up here at the booth and I have locked the door, he ain't going to be able to help me tonight. So, if I mispronounce the name, please let me know. I will try to pronounce it more correctly for the future. I don't want any upset kids, upset daughters, upset sons, brothers, mothers, sisters, cousins, fathers. I'm okay with upsetting some fathers out here. So, but as you can see, the polls are starting to fill out a little bit more. Lewis Hunter slides up into P2. But Chandler Rybarczyk is still holding that top spot at the moment. David McCullough, our fearless leader, is actually holding in P2 at that moment. I hope Robbie has a better night as well. I've got some faith. I got some faith in our fan favorite out here. Cameron Iverson slides it into first place with that Beamer. Way to go. However, did Chandler Rybarczyk? Did not slide up into there. Blake Moselle comes back, fires back for P3. Currently, Cameron Iverson is holding on the pole, 143.850. We're going to let them finish up your qualifying. I promise you folks at home, this is not what you're going to see during the race. We're not just going to be hanging up out in the blimp, looking down on the race. We're just leaving it up here. I don't want to give any people some pressure. You know, a lot of people, they have some stage fright, so I'm just going to kind of hang back here, let them qualify, and then we'll get down to the track when we read out the grid, and we get to go green. So far, sounds like the fans want Roby Brogan to make it out there. Some people want Buzzsaw. Apparently there's some money on this Buzzsaw individual. Lucas Wall up there in P2. Lewis Hunter fires back, P4. So far, looking like Cameron Iverson with a fantastic time, 143.850. Say that again, 143.850. I don't know what the lap track record is. I could look it up, but then you lose the mystery of it, you know? And so right now, leading for the pro is going to be Cameron Iverson. And leading for the AM is going to be Dawson Price. So we're going to keep an eye on there. Chandler Rybarczyk came back pretty close. Still holding P2 there. Blake Moselle, the buzzsaw. He's up in 8th place at 145.879. So looking like a fantastic place. Now, just for you guys, if you don't understand, we got 2 series out here. We got Pro and we got AM, right? That's 2 series different classes, right? We got super talented guys. And then we've got super talented guys. Not super, just super, right? But they're still fantastic people. If you guys don't think these guys are good, go onto the track. Try yourself, right? And see if you can throw one of these multi-million-dollar cars around the track like these guys can. I'm telling you what, it may seem like they're just sitting at home and they're just playing video games, and it just might be wasting their life away. But a lot of people put a lot of passion and time into this to be the absolute best that they can be. And when you think about it, it's actually a lot cheaper hobby, you know? Because, I don't know if you know what the real expenses are for if you're actually racing. It's quite expensive, right? To be able to sit home, sit behind a steering wheel and some pedals, and do the same stuff, almost like what the actual professional drivers do, it's a money saver. Absolute money saver. All right, so far, look, we got about a minute left in there. Cameron Iverson still holding that first spot. He just did another lap, a 143.915, so he is still consistently staying on top. Right now, Dawson Price is going to lead it for the AM Series. He's doing a fantastic job. Going to be interesting to see here. Watkins Glen with the full boot. Also, with the chicane. Because why not? Let's throw a chicane in there, you know? Got to keep it straight. You don't want to just full straight line. No, throw a chicane in there. Really show what these people can do. All right, we got less than 30 seconds left to complete their laps to put it on the pole. Cameron Iverson calls it for a day. James Pierce slides up into P2, 144.109. 259 thousandths of a second off of P1. Everyone was saying Pierce may not like this track, but he is fast. And that is it. They have finished up with their qualification. They're going to allow him to finish this last lap here. Might be able to squeak something in. Right now it's looking Cameron Iverson and Dawson Pierce. Or Dawson Price. Price. Not Pierce. Price. The price is right, Bob. Give me $1. I just feel like Fred's sitting at home just listening to this. He's like, dude, he's going nuts. He's going crazy without me in the booth. He's just losing his mind. I wasn't the one that went down on the track and fought someone, you know? I was a responsible adult. I stayed up here where it's nice and warm and dry. Here we are, the last couple of cars finishing it up. Still a chance to slide in. We see some people moving around on that timing tower. And for those wondering how many cars do we have on the track currently, we have 31 that have reported in. There are 3 more that have registered. Haven't seen them yet. I take that back. 32 have put down some times. And that is it, folks. We are coming to a close for your qualifying. As they get ready, they are finishing it up here. More and more. The sun is setting, starting to get a little low. Can you guys make it? We only have a couple more drivers out there trying their best. Shane Haar for the last time. What does he do? May have not kept it on the track. May not be able to put down a time, which would be unfortunate. Will cause him to start in the back. And that is it. Everyone is in. Qualification is done. We are now ready to read the poll. Starting up on the first line. Here we go. Right up, we got Carson Iverson starting in P1 with Lucas Wall in P2. Moving on down, we're going to have James Pierce and Chandler Robotchik. This is incorrect, folks. I'm not going to show you this. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. All wrong. Give me 1 second. Give me a second for my system to realize what just happened. Actually, you know what? That might have been correct. My mistake, folks. My mistake. So... I don't know why it did that. It was just kind of throwing things all over the place. It confused me. I got scared. All right, we're going to start it back off again. All right. Cameron Iverson starting in P1 and Lucas Wall is going to be in P2 for row 1. On the row number 2, you're going to have James Pierce in P3 with Chandler Robotchik in P4. Going to row number 3, you're going to have Lewis Hunter and Tyler, Yeah, and over P6. P7 is Tyler Smith and Brian Reeve for P8. Row number 5, you got a Dawson Price for P9 and David McCollum for P10. Moving on up, row 6, P11, you're going to have Nolan Gross with Brian Richardson in P12. Moving further down, row 7, you're going to have Bradley Hill in P13 and Luke Bozell in 14. P15, you're going to have Dale and Harris and Josh Howard for P16 for row number 8. We're moving on. Row number 9, we got Blake Bozell, the Buzzsaw, in number 17 with Kyle Cantanonis in 18. Moving on to row 10, you got Robbie Brogan in P19 with Dwayne Young in P20. Going to row 11, you're going to have Jesse Canales in P21. I didn't see who was in P22. I apologize. Row number 12, Kyle Gabbard for P23. Les Monday for P24. P25 is going to have Devin McIntosh with Garrett Hamlin for P26. Moving on, you got P27. You're going to have Trevor Wilson with Ty Carino in P28 for row 14. Moving to row 15, you're going to have Jay Dunnigan in P29 and Justin Z for P30. P31, you're going to have Austin Wright with Harvey Horsepool in P32. Moving on to row 17, you're going to have Shane Howard and P33 with Cody Naylor for P34. We have 34 drivers out here tonight. They are all lapping it up. We are doing our first lap, our first under the pace car wrap. We're going to go down. We're going to see them as they are getting ready to warm up their tires, try to put some heat in those, getting that tire so you got maximum traction. You can see the sun is out. Going to raise some temperatures up. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fast. It's going to be lightning out here at Watkins Glen. Used to be go bowling at the Glen. I don't know what they call it anymore, but folks, this is it. 1 hour. 1 hour of racing at the Glen, upstate New York. You've got Ferraris, Beamers, Lambos, Porsches, Mercedes. You got some Fords, some Vets, some McLarens, some Audis, some Acuras, and you've got some, I want to say Genesis? I think that's a Genesis. We might have a Genesis on board. But that's what we got coming out here. It's going to be great. It's the last 6 hours of Glen. Ooh, interesting. Oh, it's this weekend, actually. Nice. As they are getting ready to come down into the boot. That Porsche leading that pace, setting it all up. Cameron Iverson, Lucas Wall, gonna take it off for us. It's gonna be great. Genesis is not a brand in the game. I wonder what it is. It's definite. Oh, it's an Aston Martin. Fire me, Fred. Just fire me. I am absolutely terrible. Aston Martin. Yeah, it was like a Genesis. I don't know why I was sitting there thinking Genesis. No, it was an Aston Martin. My bad, folks. My bad. Thank you, Partaroos, for letting me know that I'm an idiot. You heard it here. Metal is an idiot up in the booth. As we're getting ready to go, they're going to be coming around. They're going to be taking off. It's going to be fantastic. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. We are ready. We are set. We are ready to play the game. I would fire you, but the cops took my keys to the booth during the fight. Oh, that they did. They did. It was your fault. You started the fight. Well, you didn't start the fight. You ended the fight. I will put it that way. You ended that fight. Alrighty, as we're getting ready to come here on that last turn, coming to the straightaway. The pace car will be diving in, and it's gonna be a tight one. Coming from the starting line, Barney, wave that flag. Let's go racing at the bowling alley. Watkins Glen, round 3. Looks like we got some trouble. There you have it. There is the first lap. Cameron Iverson survives this round. We did have a little bit of a problem back then. Lewis Hunter did go around. Let's take a look. Let's see. I do apologize. Animations aren't working tonight. As we can see, Lewis Hunter there. Trying to hold his own. Hanging out in front of that vet. And looks like the vet just took him on the inside. He didn't happen to see him there. Luckily, he was able to keep it out of the wall and keep that going. Unfortunate to see. But sometimes you got to be worried about those dive bombs. They're going to come in. They're going to put their nose on your corner, and it's going to make it really difficult for you. We are having multiple people moving down in the field. Looks like Nolan Gross might have been involved. Let's take a look at Nolan Gross. Nolan Gross here. Let's take a look at him. Nolan Gross coming along that back straightaway, coming up to the chicane. This chicane is not a very favorable time. Looks like he does a good entry. Coming out. Does all right. Makes it out. Holds it. Loses traction. Gets sideways. Ooh, there's a rough pile up there. Josh Howard does get a little bit sideways there. Josh Howard looking like he got minimum damage. Gonna try and get back onto this rake. Nolan Gross went for a dip. Came out frosty. Cameron Iverson continuing leading out here. Doing a fantastic job. James Pierce trying to hold on to P3 as he's challenger Chandler Robotchik. Moving on further back, you got Tylo Kokeko? Oh, I think that's Kokeko. But yeah, Tyler Kokeho. Currently right now hanging out in P7, trying to hold his position, defending quite well. Moving on back, Robbie Brogan! Robbie Brogan is sitting here very dangerously close to the individual in front of him. He is making some moves. He's already diving on the inside for turn number 1. He comes out. Does he get a clean exit? He does. Does force that Lambo onto the outside. Robbie Brogan does have to give up a little bit of speed to get up ready for the S's as Robbie Brogan is battling for P16. Trying to get around that Lambo. Ferrari versus Lambo. Oldest time. Robbie Brogan holding his own. So many sharp-looking cars. They're absolutely sharp-looking cars. Robbie Brogan going into the chicane. Coming out, doing an exit. Doing a fantastic job, holding his own. Does slide a little bit, but it's best to be safe than to be sorry. Currently right now, Nolan Gross is into the pits and Bradley Hill. They're getting our cars looked over. Hopefully, no more damage or significant damage. Hopefully, we get to see these racers come on back out. That would be a fantastic race to watch. Cameron Iverson still leading it out here, leading pretty well. He's got about a second and a half off of the rest of the leaders there. So far, he's going to have a fairly easy race until he gets up into lap traffic. Lap traffic is something that you're always going to want to deal with. Currently, we got 2 drivers who are currently being towed back. There's Brian Richardson and Cody Naylor. Hopefully, nothing too severe on them. They can get back into the race. That would be a fantastic thing to happen. Brian Richardson does have a black flag. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious. Bryson Richardson coming back out here, right? Going on further back, Tyler Kokeko. I think that's how you say it. Tyler Kokeko currently sitting there doing pretty good. He's moving up, trying to battle for P6, keeping it safe. He doesn't want to do any dive bombs, no switchbacks, just nice, clean racing at the moment. Just want to keep him in his eye, keep the target on the weapon. Right now we got Blake Pozell and Jesse Cardelis as they are fighting for P13 or P12 as they go back and forth side by side as we get ready to go up into the chicane. Coming out of the S's, you cannot be side by side when you go into the chicane. It is not wise. Someone's got to give. Someone's got to go. And Blake Pozell does ease up a little bit so that way he gets through the chicane on the exit. Perfect exit. Like a ballerina dance out here. Just so elegant to see these men put in that hard work. We got Garrett Hamill right now. He's in P20. He's trying to make some moves. He's trying to get on up there. You can see that Carl can't notice the second. Racing along with that Audi, trying to find a good spot. He is currently battling with Robbie Brogan. It goes on the inside. does not make it stick. Robbie Brogan was able to escape away from that as he continues to keep moving forward. Sitting behind Robbie Brogan. Robbie Brogan's got a lot of work ahead of him. He's got a threat on the inside. And Robbie Brogan nearly come to the side of five. And they're side by side coming out of that turn, getting ready to go in. Robbie on the favored line. Robbie Brogan able to get back in front. Can he close the door? And he does. He puts the door in. Carl doesn't like it. Carl goes for the inside. Robbie continues to dive. Robbie holding his position quite well. Carl not giving it up. You know, you are saying Kokeko's last name correctly? Okay, thank you. Absolutely. I don't know why I just saluted as if you could see me. I apologize. I don't know. They are side by side. Carl Cantanonis side by side with Devin McIntosh. Devin McIntosh able to dive down in there. Now he's going on to Robbie Brogan. Robbie Brogan also still battling for P16. Kyle Gabbard currently in front of him, and he's got Devin McIntosh right on his rear. Might be a little bit of trading some paint there, bumping it along. As they go back here, the action is in the mid-pack. We can take a look up in front. Kyvan Iverson having a nice Sunday drive. Just strolling along out there. Not really having too many things to worry about. Jay Pearson, P2. Chandler Robotchik in P3. Ty Smith in P4 with Brian Ree in P5. As they are coming up. Lucas Wall has damage. Oh no, Lucas Wall, severe rear damage. That is not what you like to see. Let's see if we can find out what happened. That rear tire is locked up. It ain't going to go anywhere. You got to get yourself to the pits. So right here, we can see Lucas Wall. Lucas Wall gets spun around. Did not check it was clear, and he took a hard hit. Tries to hold it, get it back up onto the track here. Trying to find a good way, safe entry to get back in. As he does not want to come down into the racing line. Fun fact, Devin McIntosh and Dylan Harris are brothers. Yes, we found that out. Severe damage. You can almost see that fuel cell completely exposed. That left-right tire is fully locked in position. It's not going to go anywhere. Kevin Iverson continuing to lead out here, 2.5 seconds off. Right now, we got a battle coming back here from P5 and P6. Brian Ree trying to make some sort of move, trying to catch up there to Tyler Kokeko, as Tyler Kokeko is holding his own. David McCullen up in PA, up 2 positions, doing fantastic. Speaking of positions, Harvey Horsepool. Harvey Horsepool is up 12 positions, starting in 32nd. He's in P20. He is doing a fantastic job. Great control over that car. Robbie Brogan is still fighting for his life. Robbie Brogan holding on to P16, dealing with Devin McIntosh in that Aston Martin. Hanging out behind him. Robbie keeps blocking him. Robbie's not making it easy for him. As Carl Cantanonis is trying to get around Garrett Hamill. Gar Hummel's still fighting his own. We've got 2 battles back-to-back with each other. Robbie Brogan, Devin McIntosh, Carl Cantanonis, and Garrett Hummel. It's interesting to see 4 different manufacturers fight with each other. A 5th one as Harvey Horsepool joins the game. We have 6 cars, 6 different manufacturers out here all fighting with each other, trying to prove who's got it, who does not. So far, Robbie Brogan still battling with Kyle Gabbard with that Lambo, trying to get that Ferrari to kick up a couple extra ponies as he's making a move on the inside for the dive. Breaks late, holds it true, forces the Lambo out, but he loses grip, allows Devin McIntosh to get around both of them as they go through. Robbie Brogan, frustrated, trying to get back up there. He is signaling, let me through, get your fat ass over, as he's trying to get through. And they continue to keep blocking each other. Devin McIntosh, Kyle Gabbard. Kyle Gabbard goes sideways. Robbie Brogan is clear in the front. Robbie Brogan continues to move on. Kyle Gabbard lost some traction, went around sideways. Not something you want to see. That Lambo's got a lot of work to get back up to where he was. Robbie Brogan still not done. 4 more competitors. They are just constantly battling, no break whatsoever. Carl Cantanonis is now making a battle for Robbie Brogan. Robbie Brogan trying to hold on to P16. He can't, and he allows Carl Cantanonis to go by. Kyle takes it too far. Carl takes it too far. Robbie back up to P16. Oh, man. Robbie Brogan doing the work out here tonight. He's going to be tired after this. Back up front, up towards P8, Lewis Hunter. Holding his own quite well. He is in the danger zone of David McCullough, right behind him in that Mustang. We will be keeping an eye on them. Right now, Ty Smith and Tyler Kokeko are fighting each other. Mercedes versus Lambo. As that Mercedes tries to inch out, trying to get into the chicane, they go both sideways and Tyler goes wide. Tyler goes wide, comes back to the track, somewhat safe. Did get a cut warning. He is going to have to slow down to get back under pace. And that's going to allow Dawson Price to be in attack position. This is why you're not side by side. Why you don't go side by side in a chicane. Never go side by side. Right now, leading it for your Pro Series, Cameron Iverson with 3-second lead over James Pierce and Chandler Rabarche, excuse me. And then leading it for your AM, Dawson Price, maintaining with that Bieber as he's battling up here with the pros, showing him that he's got what it takes. Going back to the one that we've been watching, Robbie Brogan. Robbie Brogan is doing a fantastic job. Did get some separation, a little bit of breathing room. Allow him to cool down for a moment, catch his breath, get back on that line. No need to fight for today. Brian Reed, currently only a half a second behind of Ty Smith and just over a half a second in front of Tyler, as Brian Reed is trying to make that Porsche make some magical moves around these curves this somewhat non-technical race course. The reason why we say it's a non-technical race course is that stock cars in the NASCAR series, they race here. And so technically, if you got a race car, NASCAR style stock car able to race here, not too technical. Those cars are not really meant to go left and right. They can go left and right, but only very specific tracks, and they're very limited on what they can do. And so, but Brian Reed doing a fantastic job maintaining P5. Not the position you want to be in, but you got to put in the work, make up some time. Ty Smith just right in front of him. And then from there, 6 seconds, almost 7 seconds up is P3 Chandler Burchick. So currently right now, Cameron Iverson leading this by 3 seconds. Dawson Price leading his division by 4.5 seconds. Shane Haar up 12 positions, making good work. Harvey Horspool up 14 positions. Robbie Brogan's going to need a shot. Absolutely going to need a shot. That was a lot of puckering for a long amount of time. You pucker for too long, you're going to have a little bit of leakage. That's all I'm going to say on that subject. Jason Z right now hanging out. P23 just cruising along, keeping it nice. Might be conserving, might be struggling, but knowing this driver, I think he's doing just fine out there in that vet, making things work, showing that Chevy belongs. Some of our earlier drivers that we were watching earlier, Kyle Gabbard. Kyle Gabbard, unfortunately, has fallen all the way back down to P27. He's going to need some work. More than likely, he's going to need some work. As you can see, he does have some damage on that rear diffuser, which is going to affect some of his downforce and his streamline. So, more than likely, when these drivers pull it in to do some pits, get some fuel, Might see him do some repairs to try and gather some positions. Carl Cantanonis, he's kind of eased it out. Holden P16's got plenty of room, plenty of air to breathe. Devin McIntosh, same as well. Not in immediate danger, but the driver is there forever in his rearview mirror. It's going to be aggravating when you keep looking back and you're like, man, it's the same goddamn car. So, he's going to see him. Might try to push a little bit harder. Might come down off the pace just a little bit to conserve while maintaining that race line. Lewis Hunter right now trying to get around Dawson Price. Dawson Price blocking him as the only non-pro driver in between him and his colleagues. He wants to get back up there. He wants to be able to show people that he can do this. He's going to have to find a way around Dawson Price. Dawson Price is not an easy competitor. In Poland right now, P9. Jake Bozell. Luke Bozell, not Jake. Luke Bozell. Luke Bozell is the last one of his race. Is the last one P10. You believe it's Carl Cantonis, not Cantatonis? Am I adding an extra toe in there? Is that what I'm doing? Can't believe this. I lock him out of the booth, folks, and he's still here correcting me. Can't get away from this guy. Back up front, impressive run. Cameron Iverson with that Ferrari, 3.5 seconds over James Pierce. It's also in a Ferrari. As he got a little bit. Oh no, we got a meatball. Justin Z, significant damage on that rear end. Ooh, that is hard to see. Let's take a look back and let's see where the damage happened from. As we can see, he's coming in. He just takes it a little hard. Luckily, does not collect anyone else with him. That is very fortunate. Unfortunate for Justin Z. That was a hard hit. I'm hoping he's okay. That front tire is not going anywhere. Definitely going to need some suspension work. Taking notes right on the endorsement box. All right, back up front. James Pierce. James Pierce is now going to pull it in, possibly for his first button pit rotation. We've seen some clean laps out of this driver. He's been doing pretty good. Might have a strategy here. Pull it in a little bit early, get some extra fuel, and then push it at the end. We're going to see how James Pierce does it. Cameron Iverson elects to stay out. Most of the drivers are electing to stay out as they continue on their way through this track. We've only got about 40 minutes left of this race. By the end of this, you guys are going to be absolutely tired of listening to me. I can understand on the very end of the race. Brian Ree being told to slow down. Dawson Price being told to slow down. Dawson Price looked like he might have been battling Lewis Hunter there. Busto, because Lewis Hunter did get around him. Let's sell yourself short. That's my job. Brian Ree, Ty Smith? No, it's Brian Ree and Tyler Kokenko battling it out here, swapping positions for E4. As Tyler's been making his way, making his rounds. Brian Ree up 4 positions from where he started, doing a fantastic job. Have to say, seeing that Kraken Porsche making moves, it's doing quite well up in the Pro Series against the more powerful machines. Ty Smith is going to pull it in for his start of the pit rotation, along with Ty Carino. Ty Carino, I believe, is serving a penalty. He was in the pits not too long ago, and I believe he may be serving a penalty. Ty Smith into the pits. Cameron Iverson maintains the lead out here. 8.5 seconds. Going on back, Brian Ree and Tyler are not done with this yet. They are battling for P3, maintaining side by side through the turns. Coming along the back straightaway, getting ready to go into that chicane. Brian Ree trying to find it. Brian Ree turns him. Tyler goes sideways. Brian Ree makes it out alive. Tyler waiting for the right time to get back onto the track. Definitely flatten some of the tires out. Hopefully, no severe damage. That is hard racing there. That's what happens sometimes when you are side by side. When you go into chicane, someone is gonna hit someone. Dawson Price maintaining P5. Now Harvey Horspool on the tail of Robbie Brogan. Robbie Brogan barely got a seat, barely got a breather. Now he's got to deal with a Ford as they are coming up on this turn. Robbie Brogan maintaining, able to hold on to himself, keeping it alive. Justin C. Justin C looks like he's got damage. We'll have to check back in there with a second. Cameron Iverson, your race leader for the majority of this race, if not the entire race, is pitting in for the first time. Back up, Robbie Brogan battling it out with Harvey Horspool. Harvey Horspool up 17 positions. And I'll be seeing that one near the end. Robbie Brogan defending his position. Off from that Ford. With the pit rotation, they're gonna slide up. Robbie Brogan's in the top 10. Robbie Brogan being defensive. Tries to hold it. Unfortunately, Harvey Horspool takes the bottom line. Robbie Brogan takes his bottom line. And they're gonna go side by side. Robbie Brogan nearly losing control there. They're going sideways. Now they're going to go single file into the chicane as you should. As they make the exit from the chicane, Harvey Horspool's got the speed and the momentum. Robbie Brogan might be out of this fight. Currently sitting P11. Gene Har's been making some moves today. He's up 21 positions in that hooligan AMG Mercedes as he's making his way around, slowly but surely climbing the ladder. James Pierce, one of the top leaders currently right now, is starting to make his way back up through the field after his pit rotation. He was maintaining P2 for the majority of this race, currently sitting in P19. Gonna be making his way up. Lewis Hunter is now your race leader with Chandler Robertchek going into the pits along with Luke Roselle and David Poland. They all pulled into the pits. Lewis Hunter elects to stay out and try to get a couple more laps off of this. See if he might be able to extend the fuel range. Jesse Canales currently in P2. Gonna have to start to wonder when these guys are gonna be. The majority of the field is already pit, so we know it's coming soon. Continue to make his way through the chicane, doing perfect entries, perfect exits. No time to lose. Looks like he might be part of Racing Team 212. As he making his way through. Another individual who's up several positions, Austin Wright. Austin Wright in that Mercedes, currently maintaining P12, up 19 positions from when he started. David McCullough gets a black flag. That is unfortunate. Might have been speeding, may have exited the pits incorrectly. Either way, he's got to go back through the spin cycle one more time. Jesse Canales trying to maintain position. Lewis Hunter pulls it in. Vinales is going to have to pit soon. It looks like he's going to show bottom, and he's going to come in for a pit, along with Tyler Kokenko, as they are making it in there. Right now, that leaves Devin McIntosh. Devin McIntosh not going to do it. He's going to also pull in. What about Shane Haar? Shane Haar also elects to pull it in as well. So now what about Garrett? Garrett's also going to pull it in. Cameron Iverson gets back out in front. He's back to being the race leader after that rotation. Chandler Robertchik, he's making his ways as well. He's now up into P2. So far, we're about halfway through this race. How's it been, folks? Do you think it's been good? Do you think it's been interesting? Do you think there's room for improvement? Should have Fred not gone down to fight that protest? Let us know. Alrighty, now that I've had time to think about it, Fred is no longer allowed to talk in this chat. This is not what the people want, Fred. The people want excitement. They don't need your sass. I'm kidding, guys. I miss Fred. I miss Fred a lot. I hope him very well. Speedy recovery. Not because he pays me or anything like that. Just being a good friend. Anyway, so moving on back, right? Let's take a look and let's see what happened. Let's see what's going to shake down. Cameron Iverson maintaining 6.5 seconds out here on this race, doing fantastic, throwing that Ferrari around like it's a Toyota Corolla off-roading. Man, this guy is doing things. You know what's even better comparison? He's driving this like a Nissan Altima on any freeway you can think of. Chandler Robertchik is maintaining P2. Lewis Hunter is in P3. Ty Smith is in P4. Brian Reed in P5. Now, for the folks at home, everyone wants to know the Buzzsaw. The Buzzsaw is hanging out in P10, making good work with that Lambo. And the other one, Robbie Brogan. Robbie Brogan, P11, up 8 positions, doing a fantastic job. I love to see it. The fans love to see it. This purple, gold, and white Ferrari is letting people know, man, I suck at video games. Moving on up, Dwayne Young. Dwayne Young is maintaining P15. Harvey Horspool in P16. I saw someone in earlier talked about Armageddon. I don't know who Armageddon is. I'm sure Enzo is a big fan of comparison to Corolla. Absolutely. Me and Enzo, we talk on the side all the time. All the time. Lewis Hunter right now maintaining P3. Not really in a battle situation, but doesn't want to get these relaxed here. As Ty Smith is not that far behind, less than a second. Moving on up, Dylan Harris currently on the tail end of Robbie Brogan. He's about to come face to face with the mighty machine of Robbie Brogan. Can Dylan Harris show Robbie how to put it down on the track? Or is Robbie gonna humble him in this session? Nolan Grouse is making a pass on the inside. As we come up to the S's, he's able to dive down, and he successfully blocks that inside line as he continues to hold his inside line as he's getting ready to come up to the chicane. Him and Trevor Wilson are going to be fighting Mustang versus Vet. The tale is old as time. They get through the chicane. The Mustang tried to fake out with a dive bomb. Nolan said, absolutely not. Get that trash out of here as he is going through. James Pierce might be in some trouble. Had a little bit of issues keeping the car on the track, but looks like he's got it back under control as he's right in front of Brian Ree as they are battling it out back and forth. Harvey Horsepool in striking distance of Dwayne Young. Dawson Price is right there as well, letting them all know, I'm here. Tyler Kokeko currently maintaining himself in a good position, 2 seconds behind, 1 second ahead. Plenty of breathing space for you to calm down on your nerves. Lewis Hunter right now, over a half a second over Ty Smith as they go through the chicane as they are coming out. Perfect, somewhat perfect, could have done better. Executions, but they make it work. I don't know why I talk like this. I can't drive like this, but I should sure act like I can. And that's what you guys come here, and this is what you see. This is what I get paid to do. I don't get paid. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Blake Moselle, the Buzzsaw, maintaining P9. 8 seconds behind, 3 seconds ahead. Plenty of space to collect your thoughts. Sing a song. Grab a smoke. Change the channel on that radio. Robbie Brogan is doing a fantastic job. P10 as he's defending his position. He's attacking, he's defending and attacking at the same time. This man can do anything. If that, nothing at all. Harvey Horspool, he's in P16 up 16 positions. Front damage on Pierce. Yes, we do have front damage on Pierce. That is, ooh. Let's see if we can go back and take a look what happened. All right, he's currently sitting there. He is battling that Porsche, I believe. Ooh, and he gets into the Kraken Porsche, and he definitely has damage. They are fighting, and ooh, that is not what you like to see. That's what that off track was earlier. Right now, on my screen, it's showing that he's got a bumper. I don't know what it's showing for you guys. But definitely looks like might have some frustration. He has frustration. That is not what you like to see. The Kraken was also involved. Brian Ree. As we can see some damage on the front of James Pierce. That is tough to see. And sometimes it's just hard to manage. While you're out here, you gotta manage your emotions, and sometimes it ain't fair with this guy, did this to me, but sometimes you just gotta calm down, and, sometimes after this happened, you can resolve this afterwards. Unfortunately, that is a hard hit for James Pierce. James Pierce gonna lose some positions here. Hopefully, his pit crew can get out there, slap a new front end on, and get him back out at the track. Oh, we hate to see it, Robbie Brogan. He has a meatball. Robbie Brogan missing the rear end. Carl Cantanonis. Let's take a look and see what happened. Well, folks, before we get into this, we're just going to easily just say there's a car backwards, missing its rear end. There's another car sideways in the grass in the specifically do not park tow away zone. Let's kind of back up here and let's see what happened. Definitely Dawson Price was involved. We still got to go further back. There was a major wreck while we were watching on James Pierce. Let's see if we can go a little bit further back. All right, here we go. So we can see there's a battle between Caro Cantonis and Robbie Brogan. Let's watch it together. They get a little bit of contact. They're going through the side. Oh, and he does. He gets spun around. But if we were to back that up just a little bit here, I am curious to see something because I'm interested in the Porsche in the back. And I don't know, or not the Porsche, the Aston Martin. I don't know if he was involved, but definitely a lot of action happened there. Robbie Brogan goes sideways. Can't stop in time. Fans, oh my word. Wow. Folks, I don't know if you saw that, but that Porsche showing everyone why the Porsche has the moves that it has. I believe it's Dylan Harris. Let's ride on board with Dylan Harris, shall we? There he is. Accident happened in front of him. We're going to back it up just a little bit more, just so you can see what's going through this guy's mind. He sees the wreck. You can see him hold it. You can see he's kind of slows down, moves around, jukes it. Jukes left, jukes right. Gets past through all of that like he's playing football. Oh my goodness. Amazing stuff. Robbie Brogan, unfortunately, gonna have significant damage. Cameron Iverson, your leader, 8.5 seconds. Several cars did not make it out of here, especially the fan favorite, Robbie Brogan. We were rooting for him for so much. I hope he can get back out there and recover some of this race. Lewis Hunter currently in P4. Or excuse me, P3. Moving on back, trying to see if we got any battles. Lucas Wall is having a battle. Lucas Wall currently is battling Shane Haar. We got that Beamer and that Mercedes fighting each other. They are very close to each other. Looks like, oh, the Beamer tried to do a dive. He faked him out, but he didn't. Did he cause him to run off? No, he doesn't. Looks like that Mercedes was able to hold his own there with the battle as Lucas Wall trying to find a way to get around Shane Haar. Kyle Gabbard, another one who's been making up positions after his tough stint earlier in the race, currently being trailed behind Josh Howard. Josh Howard, we haven't seen too much of him. He did have a terrible beginning of this race, but he's made it all the way back up to P19, putting in the work. He's doing the Lord's work. He's getting his way back up front. Back up there, Lucas Wall is still fighting with Shane Haar. Did get around Shane Haar successfully. Shane Haar not out of it yet. Shane Haar trying to see if he can recover anything back, try to get his position as they get ready to come up through the chicane. Looks like he stays stuck behind. He's not going to do a dive. Gonna let Lucas Wall run his line. As Lucas Wall does separate a little bit, getting a little bit further away. Jay Dunnigan, a Porsche driver, currently approaching possibly well within striking distance of Austin Wright. Austin Wright maintaining his nice lines there. Austin Wright's been doing a fantastic job today. Austin Wright holding his own. Jay Dunnigan trying to prove himself. Trying to get in striking distance. Just can't seem to catch that Mercedes. David McCullough, unfortunately, is down in P23. Black flag did not help him in any situation. No one wants a black flag. He's got a lot of work ahead of him as he's making it up there as they are all battling for P21. Austin Wright, Jay Dunnigan, and David McCullough. As you can see, Jay Dunnigan tries to do the inside line. Austin Wright does not bite. Austin Wright maintains his easy bid line as David McCullough is sitting back, idling, watching like a hawk, waiting, sees his opportunity, tries to dive in low. He's going to make a move onto the inside as they are coming up here to, I believe this is the heel, as we can see, I want to say, that might be Lewis Hunter back there. And David McCullough secures a position around Jay Dunnigan. As now he's on the attack for Austin Wright. As Austin Wright goes wide, takes the line inside, blocking any possible attack move from David. As they come along through the final turn and down the straightaway. David McCullough's got the momentum and the speed. He's got the weight. Can he make the succession? David McCullough does! Gets on the inside into turn 1 and successfully secures that position. Dave Dunnigan also gets around. Lewis Hunter flashing, telling everyone, get out of my way. I'm trying to race here. Move, move, move. As he's trying to find the safe way around. Mind you, when you are the leader, you are the faster car, it's not on you, it's not on them to get out of your way. It's on you to successfully and safely pass. A lot of people forget about that. A lot of people think like, oh, it's the leader. I should just immediately get out of the way. That's not what you're supposed to do. If you are a slow car and you have a lead car coming up on you, you are to maintain a constant, predictable line. That's the key thing. You have to maintain a predictable line. And then the lead car that's coming up on you, it's on them to find the time and pass you safely. A lot of people, they get confused on that. They think, no, you have to get out of the way. It doesn't matter where you are in the track. You must move. No, that's not the thing. That is known as courtesy, driver courtesy. There is a lot of time that drivers will be courteous enough. They will move out of the way so that way you can go on by. But that's not technically how it works. So, just a little nugget out there. Lewis Hunter chasing down P2. Going on back, you got Harvey Horspool. Harvey Horspool coming up on Dwayne Young as he is trying to find his way through this track safely. As Harvey Horspool's starting to close in, he's getting a little bit closer. He's inching him in. Doesn't want to reel too hard. Doesn't want the drag to break. Got to have your drag set just right as he tries to key on the inside. Might be trying to toy at him. Might be indication what he's going to do here. As Harvey Horspool looking to secure P11 from Dwayne Young. Back here, Shane Haar right now trying to get on Garrett Hummel as they are coming through the Mercedes versus the Porsche as they're within striking distance of each other. Austin Wright is in striking distance of Jay Dunnigan. And Jay Dunnigan gets through the chicane just quite nicely. Austin does cut a little bit there to see if he can gain an advantage. Gaining an advantage may seem like, hey, if I go through here as the shortest line, I'll definitely catch up. But you do lose a lot of momentum when you do that if you don't cut those corners right and you cause a jump. Jay Dunnigan nearly loses it as he goes off track, but he gets back and maintained track. And here comes the rain. It's a rain in here at Watkins Glen. Hey, man, there's going to make a lot of fun here. Rain adds so much more elements to this race. Because now you have to decide, when do I keep pushing? When do I back it off a little bit? Gotta be careful about the rain. A little bit of rain in the moment, not that big of a deal. A lot of rain after a while becomes a significant issue. But rain also, Jay Dunnigan slides out. Austin Wright takes the position. Austin Wright now on his way to chase down David McCullough. David McCullough is making his way through, securing P21 for the moment, as Lewis Hunter is right on his behind. Chandler Marchik maintaining P2. 10 seconds behind, 15 seconds ahead. Nice cushion. Could easily brew yourself a cup of tea. I'm not saying he's British or anything like that. I don't know why I say cup of tea, but just came to me. A lot of things fly off the tongue. They just kind of goes from the brain, bypasses filter, goes to the tongue, and just goes straight in. So sometimes I slip up. Cameron Iverson trying to get around Kyle Gabbard as he's making his way through. Kyle Gabbard does back out of it. Let Cameron Iverson maintain his lead. 10.5 seconds. Moving on through, Garrett Hummel within striking distance of Shane Haar. Within a second, trying to make some moves. Is slightly the faster car at the moment as he's trying to get through. right now, not too many battles going on. This is the closest thing that we have to a battle. A lot of people are fanning out. A lot of people are maintaining their distances. So far, I believe it is Cody Naylor and Bryson Richardson, excuse me. Cody Naylor, Bryson Richardson, and Brian Reed. I believe all three of them may have retired. May not see them come back to the race. Back up front, Cameron Iverson. He's dropped a little bit of his lead. He's now down to 11 and a half seconds. Might be starting to conserve, might be a little worried about the rain as we are under 15 minutes left in this race. Chandler Robertchik starting to catch him, trying to get up there. Also got to worry about that rain. Lewis Hunter's maintaining a good position and he's holding. We got a battle. Harvey Horspool. Harvey Horspool is up against Dwayne Young. As they go through to turn one, it's starting to rain. The Mustang showing its prowess. The Audi showing its German ingenuity. Who's going to win, American muscle or German might? As they are coming up along the straightaway, they're going to go to the chicane. They go side by side. We've seen this happen wrong so many times. And Dwayne backs out of it, lets Harvey Horspool through. Harvey Horspool up 21 positions. As Harvey Horspool makes his way, we have another battle. Dean Barron on the tail end of Josh Howard. Mercedes versus Porsche. Who makes it through? They come up on the chicane. Josh has the better line. Dean tries to cut. Unable to catch that little Porsche. Josh pulls away. Harvey Horspool and Dwayne Johnson back at it again. They are not done changing blows. Dwayne nearly gets into the side of the wall. He flashes, says, "I'm the faster driver, let me through." Harvey says, "You gotta prove it." As we can see, it is darkening up there. Might have some more rain coming. How wet will this track get? No one knows. Lewis Hunter is off track. Looks like he was able to maintain it. We can see water is gathering on the track. You can see it coming off the tires. So there is water collecting in certain portions of the track. Back where we were, Dwayne Young battling along with Harvey Horspool as they come down the straightaway, coming up to the chicane. This is where Harvey made his move. Dwayne Johnson gets a little, or Dwayne Johnson. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with me? Dwayne Young gets a little airborne as he makes it through that chicane, luckily able to keep it down and hold it together. Back up front, Cameron Iverson has extended his lead up to 13 and a half seconds. Shane Haar off track. Shane Haar is battling. Shane Haar is trying to keep it alive. Trevor Wilson watching him with an ever eagle-like eye. As we have under 10 minutes left of this race, who's going to win it? I put some money down on someone up front. Currently right now, Luke Bozell leading it for the AM. Cameron Iverson leading overall and pro. Chandler Robertchik in P2. Lewis Hunter in P3. Ty Smith in P4. And Tyler Kokeko is in P5. Weird, I had like a weird block. Harvey Horspool and Dwayne Young are not done yet as they continue to swap positions. Harvey Horspool trying to maintain that outside line. Not good for that first turn, but it is perfect for the second turn. gets through the S's. As they come out and they exit, they will go to the straightaway as they try to see who can maintain. Someone's got to give. They don't. They both keep it. Harvey Horsepool slides in with an inch as Dwayne Johnson maintains on his tail, not letting him out of his sight. Dwayne tries to dive down. Harvey tried to block. Harvey had to back out of it. Dwayne gets in front. Harvey coming down with momentum. Does a crossover. Looks for the dive. Can't get to the dive in time. Dwayne Young maintaining his position. They are fighting for P11. As we come here, they're going to try again. Harvey Horsepool, Dwayne Young. Harvey Horsepool takes it wide, able to use some of that runoff to try and gain some speed. Tucks tail, trying to get around, and he can't find Dwayne Young. Dwayne Young swings it out wide to block the bottom line. Takes it off to the runoff. Gets through just fine. Makes his way down through the last turn, down the straightaway. Nolan Gross has crashed. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Nolan Gross coming down the straightaway. Currently in front of, I want to say that is Tyler. Could be wrong. Comes through and he just loses it. Luckily saves the machine away from the tires. Unfortunate to see. Tyler Kokenko maintaining himself. He's at P5. The top 5 is not bad. Harvey Horsepool's not done with Dwayne yet. As they get back into it, we do have a battle for P6, P14. All three cars, Trevor Wilson, Josh Howard, and Garrett Hummel, all fighting each other as they go through the chicanes, Mustang by 2 Porsches. Josh Howard makes a move on the inside, backs out of it to gain traction, starts to accelerate out of it. Robbie Brogan back on the track. As we continue to see here. Robbie Brogan. I think something might be wrong with Robbie Brogan. He's just holding it here off track. Might have a connection issue. Harvey Horsepool up there trying to fight with Dwayne Young. Josh Howard making his moves on Trevor Wilson, trying to find a way by as they are trying to make their way through. Then you have Cameron Iverson in the back, that race leader. Josh Howard makes a run, gets around the Porsches. Both of them get around the Mustang. Josh Howard secures P14. Check in on Robbie Brogan, make sure he's okay. Looks like he's doing fine as he's back onto the race there. Might just needed a quick breather. Justin Z with a meatball. Not sure what happened with Justin Z. Not getting any indications. Back over here, Harvey Horsepool trying to maintain his lead, or trying to catch the leader of Dwayne Young. Dwayne Young is maintaining half a second lead on top of everyone. They go through. Trevor Wilson's back in attack distance of Garrett Hummel. Garrett Hummel right there with Josh Howard as well. As they are all still trying to battle. Cameron Iverson gets successfully around 20 seconds in the lead. As you can see, he's starting to shed some water, which means that we might have a little bit more water to deal with on the track, and some of them expected to happen. Chandler Butchick still maintainedly firm in P2. Lewis Hunter maintaining in P3. Louis Mundane might be the last driver on the track. As we're getting reports, other drivers may be retiring from this. They might be able to slide something in. We've got 3 minutes left. It's anyone's race for the back half. Back up front, Cameron Iverson leading this by 22.5 seconds. As we get ready to come down, the rain's coming down, the track is wet. This gets dangerous. Can you maintain your speed, maintain pace with all the water on this track? Some late changes. Dwayne Young falls behind Harvey Horspool, but he's continuing to fight him. Tries to take that outside line. Does a crossover. Beautiful crossover as he gets down below. Harvey Horspool in a position to attack. Looks like he might be trying it again. Can't quite get down there, but he does on the straight. Dwayne Young in prime position to take that inside line. And he goes down. He's able to take the runoff. He's able to get in front of Harvey. Can he hold it? And he does. Successfully blocks Harvey, and he gets his position back. P11 as we're coming down. Less than 2 minutes left. Dwayne and Harvey fighting for P11. Back a little further back, you got Dean Barron trying to fight with Trevor Wilson as they're trying to make it through. Garrett Hummel not that far away. 3 more cars. Less than 2 minutes, trying to battle it out. How they gonna fish it out? Dwayne Young still fighting with Harvey Horspool. Dwayne is trying to maintain, trying to get some distance here. The rain is starting to get a little bit more heavy. They're trying to find their way through. Dwayne able to dive in, maintain the chicane just well. You can see he's slightly off pace due to the rain. As he's trying to hold on, he's got less than a minute until we go to final lap. Harvey Horspool crosses over, can't make it stick. Dwayne Young holding his own position, looking to get past. They get past Nolan Gross. Nolan Gross backs out of it, says, "This isn't my fight." Dwayne Young continues to hold on. As we go through, Cameron Iverson out in front by a mile. 28 seconds in the lead. Currently looking down the barrel of Josh Howard. Going back to the action, Harvey Horspool trying to catch up to Dwayne Young. Trevor Wilson still battling it out with Garrett Hummel as they are fighting over P15. Dwayne Young and Harvey Horspool. Harvey gets a little aggressive. Able to maintain it, separates away. Dwayne Young is making his way through. Kyle Gabbard had a slight off-track. Kyle Gabbard trying to maintain. We can hear some noises from that Lambo that are not normal. So hopefully he doesn't have significant damage as he's able to keep bustling it through. Trevor Wilson sitting there trying to hold his position. We are in the final lap of the race. Cameron Iverson comes across the line, wins it at Watkins Glen. Chandler Robotchik, 5 seconds in the lead, trying to maintain P2 as we come through the rest of the race. Chandler Robotchik coming around 1 turn left. 5.5 seconds over. P3. And Chandler Robotchik joins Cameron on the podium. Lewis Hunter coming down the straightaway. 2.5 second lead. He comes down and is going to be on the podium. Luke Bozell looks like he's going to take it for for the AM division as he's finishing up his race. Coming through the last 2 turns of the race. All of the mist and spray off of the tires, off of the car. Luke Boesel wins it for the AM division. But your overall winner, Cameron Iverson in the Italian-themed Ferrari, wins it at Watkins Glen. As everyone is coming down to their cool-down line, their cool-down lap, we're going to do some interviews. It's going to be a fantastic time. I hope you guys are excited. I've been excited. It's been a great race. Lots of late racing battle. As we wait for people to make it in. Hurry. As they are congratulating him on his win, Cameron gonna go do some victory laps. Let's see what he does here. Parks it and puts her away. Does a burnout for a little bit. Still doing a burnout. Putting on one for the fans. And there we have it. That was Watkins Glen. We're going to hopefully grab some winners in here. Your unofficial results. Let's see here. I go there and I click on this. Cameron Iverson wins it here at Watkins Glen, led 31 laps. P2, Chandler Robotchik, and P3, Lewis Hunter. The Hart Charger today, Harvey Horspool with 20 positions. Cameron Iverson led the most laps, had the fastest lap, and took the pole. So there we have it. Was a fantastic race. Let's see if we can get some people into the interview. Up into the booth. Let's find some people. Let's see if I can find. We're going to go ahead and I don't think I can move. I can move people. So we're going to bring in Luke Boesel here and see how he feels. Luke Boesel, this is Metal up in the booth. How you feeling?
Mr. Metal. Pretty good. A little sketchy, but feeling good. Not the outcome I was expecting here.
Well, I mean, I think you did a fantastic job. You took it overall for the AM division. Explain what this battle was like, especially with the rain at the end.
Yeah, actually, I really drove her hard. At the beginning, we were pretty close. I don't know who it was, but there were some pros and AMs battling. And I started to lose the car with like 30 minutes ago, and I was like, uh-oh. Short pitted, no tires. And then with the rain, with about 5 minutes ago, it really started to puddle up and be a little scary out there, but I had such a gap I could kind of baby it. So as long as I knew Blake, my brother, would pull some funny business, so as long as I could keep a gap from him, I knew I could finish the race. So yeah. All good.
Yeah, the fans at home have been talking about the buzzsaw all day. And, and so it was a lot of fun to watch. It was really good to call and stuff like that. Real quick, before we get going and stuff like that, one thing I wanted to know, before the beginning of the race, there was that confusion, right? They had to stop the practice halfway through. There was a protest down on the track. They were protesting EV racing, which is weird. There's no EV cars in here. Fred had to leave the booth, go down there, ended up taking one in the job, breaking a tooth. Do you have anything you want to say to Fred as he's recovering with his broken tooth?
Fred had it coming. So we see him in the comments section, and it was a moment of time. We all hope he does well. But, this is a big dog league with big boys. So Fred, hope you're doing well, buddy, but maybe you learned your lesson.
Man, sounds fantastic. All right, before I gotta let you go, you got anyone you want to shout out?
Shout out NSR Motorsports. Shout out my parents. Shout out the girlfriend Chi Chi and my dog Petunia.
Outstanding. Well, that was a great time. I'm going to put you back down in, oh man, I don't even remember where I grabbed you from.
NSR, baby.
NSR. All right. It was really good hearing from you. You have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
Alrighty, that was Luke Bozell, and now we're going to try and find Lewis Hunter. If I can find a Lewis Hunter. I don't see a Lewis Hunter. This is interesting. I don't know where that individual is. I can't find Lewis Hunter, so let's see if we could find Chandler Robotchik. Okay, this is strange. I can't find him either. I must be really blind or something. Maybe I could find... There's Cameron. So I see Cameron. Before I grab Cameron, we'll just take one last look for Kyle Robotchik and Lewis Hunter. I can't find them, so I guess it's going to be... We're going to bring in the race winner, Cameron Iverson. Cameron, it's metal up in the booth. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Cameron, what a fantastic race. Well done with that Italian-themed Ferrari. Walk us through that last little bit with the rain.
Yeah, that got kind of fun there at the end. I kind of wish there was about 15 more minutes maybe. The track was starting to get really goose at the end, so could have been interesting to see if somebody would have tried to pit for wets and make a run, but I got kind of bored and told myself I was going to stay on and dries the whole time anyway, no matter how bad it got, and just see what would have happened. But you know, it was a lot of fun trying to work through traffic and trying to survive the wet.
Yeah, no, it was for a long time. It was a really close race between you and James Pierce, and then James Pierce unfortunately had that accident. Tell us what you like. Did you feel that like James was a threat at all, or did you feel like you had this from the start?
Yeah, I've raced with James quite a bit. He's really fast, really good. Once I got out in front, I kind of was able to try to maintain my tires. I was really cooking the left front qualifying, so just knew if I could maintain a decent enough gap that give myself a little bit more of a chance at the end. And I think James kind of got unlucky behind the 8-ball before his wreck. I think he took tires in the pit stop and with a new update, fuel and tires are separate, so I think he fell way behind with that, and I think he just ended up in a really bad situation. Unfortunately, that would have been a really fun race, but yeah, I was just trying to focus on just maintaining my tires for the end in case somebody got there and get my car clean.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a lot of fun today. I wish I could have been down there. One thing I want to talk about real quick. Start of this race, we had about a 30-minute delay due to an issue where protesters had came down and blocked the track. They had to red flag it out, and they were protesting about EV racing, which doesn't make any sense. There's no electric vehicles in this league, and Fred had to leave the booth, go down there, got in a tiffle, caught one across the jaw, broke his tooth. What do you think about that situation?
I unfortunately missed the start of that, but I think they're lucky I wasn't here. I would have tried to monster truck over them all and protest it back. So we don't talk about what I got under the hood of my car. It may look like a Ferrari, but you know,
okay,
we'll
all
let
right.
that be.
Yeah,
We'll let that be
that's
there.
fair. All right, sounds
That's all
good.
I'll say.
All right, so congratulations on the win. P1, 31 laps. You had the fastest overall lap and stuff like that. Before I let you go, do you have anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, Jordan Probst, Factor Sim Racing. He's been a lot of help to me. Makes great paint schemes. I chose the wrong one accident, but this one looks just as good. So next race we'll have the right paint scheme and the right banner and stuff. But yeah, just big thanks to him for coaching me through this road stuff. I used to be an oval guy, and now I hate ovals. So here I am.
I know the feeling. I like to race open wheels, so. But all right, well, I appreciate you taking the time. I'm going to put you back down. I believe we were at Coastline. Is that right? Coastline?
people I was with are gone. So,
Oh,
but
okay.
then shout out to Dave for putting on and Bryson for inviting me. So it's been a lot of fun here. Great group of people.
All
Thank you for
right.
broadcasting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. You have a good one. I'll put you down into the waiting lobby.
All right, thank you.
Alrighty, folks, that was Cameron Iverson, the race winner. We were gonna interview P2 and P3, but none of them has shown up. So I'm gonna grab. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and I was gonna grab the league owner, but the league owner decided to dip out as well. So, unfortunately, I don't see them. Like I said, I don't know if maybe I can't see, or maybe they just never got into a Discord. So I at least want to interview one more person. You know what? We're gonna grab Robbie Brogan because everyone likes Robbie Brogan. Let's grab Robbie Brogan. Robbie Brogan, it's Metal up in the booth. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Hey, Robbie. How you doing out there? The fans were watching you. The fans. It was an intense battle for at least 20 minutes. I don't know if you got a catch or heard about, but the broadcast was focused on your little group for the majority of the race because it was a battle, and then disaster struck. Walk us through what happened.
Yeah, I mean, well, we were battling really hard. We were side by side going into the S's, which already had me puckering up a little bit, but I mean, I'm not quite sure what happened at the end there. I think we just got into each other at the exit of the S's and got a little loose off it and couldn't keep it down.
All right. Well, I mean, it was. I want to say, maybe 2 weeks ago, you lost the rear end of that car, and it looked like you did the same thing today. Do you think your pit crew's kind of getting a little tired of replacing the rear end on your car?
Oh yeah, we're running out of wings, man. We don't got many of those left.
Yeah, custom-made farmer parts, So.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to start making them out of logs next week.
I was looking down in the garage. I was trying to find Chandler Rabarchik and Lewis Hunter, but I can't find them. Have you seen them somewhere?
I have not seen them around.
All right. Well, that's very interesting. I want to give them a chance to talk with the fans out there and stuff like that. But if they don't want to stick around, then I guess they don't get to have a wonderful interview by Metal up here in the booth. So before I let you go, I want to ask you one thing. Beginning of this race, there was a protest, and there was EV. They were trying to ban EV racing. And that's what caused that delay, got us to stop, get delayed by 30 minutes. Fred left the booth, went down there, and he caught one in the side of the jaw, broke his tooth. How do you feel about that?
I got no comment, man. I don't want to get into any politics here,
That's fair. That's fair.
I hope Fred has a swift recovery and we see him in the booth again next week.
I hope so too. Though I got to tell you, it's been nice having this big, nice, empty booth all by myself. Don't have to worry about Fred, slapping me on the back of the head whenever I misspell someone or misspeak someone's name and stuff. So. Well, before I let you go, you got anyone you want to shout out?
Again, thanks to all the fans out there coming back each week. And thank you to you and Fred, even though he's not here. You guys put on a great show. And David, of course, for putting it all together.
All right, well, I appreciate it, and you have a wonderful time. I'll send you back to, what was that, the Gross family, right? Gross family?
Yep.
All right.
Family Racing.
All right, you have a good one.
You too.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that's where those are. We've got our interviews done. We don't have anyone else. They decided they didn't want to stick around, so, but yes, thank you for hanging out with us today at Frozen Apex. Even with our main host, who currently is unavailable, but hopefully we will get him back into the booth next week. You should see us, as next week we are going to Sebring International Raceway, the Concrete Yard, where they're going to be doing a lot of fantastic racing on the concrete. If you like what you saw here at Frozen Apex TV, you can catch us again tomorrow, as we are going to be calling for the Weekend Warrior, and also on Wednesday when we will be calling for Superstar ARCA East. So with that, I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Please wish Fred a fast recovery, and we will catch you at the next race.